Hey there. So I'm getting ready for this reading and the Five of Pentacles comes out. So this talks about maybe somebody going through a dark night, maybe a downfall, kind of being down and out. And then I have bottom of the deck is Six of Cups, Four of Cups. I feel like someone is reevaluating their decision and what direction they took. I feel like they're feeling the loss of something, or just feeling like there's something, you know, that they've been wanting, but it's almost like they may take things for granted to some extent. It could have something to do with a past person, family member even, or someone that you used to know. All right, so let's see what this reading is trying to tell you. All right. Let's ask our angels, saints, ancestors, and spirit guides into our space for divine guidance and love. So it is. So it will be. All right. Yeah. Someone had a decision to make. Someone juggled an Empress. Or someone... There's balance being restored for an Empress as well. I'm getting like what goes around comes around. Yes, what goes around comes around with the Ten of Cups in reverse. Oh yeah, okay. Someone's world got flipped upside down. Queen of Pentacles. All right, so usually the Queen of Pentacles, you know, is somebody who has it on lockdown, like stable, secure, abundant, able to create anything that they desire, you know, very in touch with their instincts, okay, their like Mother Nature energy. So they're going to be in tune with like the cycles of things. I feel like somebody knew that, and this is like some wisdom also, like the Queen of Pentacles has a lot of wisdom. And it's like, you know, there's a fall from grace even. There may even be, like wisdom has been gained as a result of this experience. There's something this Queen of Pentacles obviously is holding on to. So maybe there's a need to kind of like release that upset, release that loss, release that family dynamic that didn't work out the way that you thought it worked out. I feel like you're better off as a result of it is also what I'm getting. Sun at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like you gained the clarity that you needed. You learned what you needed to learn. And then there's this, like, you get to take this with you. Like, there's this, like, nugget. Okay? So it's like, what else? Yeah, look at this person or energies you were dealing with, like, they were out for personal gain. I feel like they liked to be an energy of like taking advantage of others, you know, while wanting everyone else to treat them fairly and justly. But I feel like they don't maybe really operate that way. There's this like helping others too. So it's kind of like this person, you know, clearly has enough and is giving this energy breadcrumbs while this other one's kind of like begging for their attention. So I feel like, you know, there's not a big loss with this because this person was never for anyone to begin with. It's like constantly wanting to, you know, have the attention of others, but maybe there's a bit of like unequal playing out here. And then there's the Tower. All right, so I feel like maybe someone was connected or wanted to be connected to a Queen of Pentacles for financial gain. There's breadcrumbing and giving to multiples on the side. And I feel like this happy family dynamic is coming to a halt, a downfall, a realization, some sort of like, you know, you're reaping what you're sowing here. So I feel like whatever, you know, this is, I feel like, you know, this was because of investments made and maybe they weren't done with integrity or morality. There's some sort of like account here. Yeah, magician here. Yeah, I feel like somebody is realizing that they created this reality for themselves. Okay. All right. And then we have the sun in reverse. Okay. I feel like, you know, there's like a flip side playing out here. King of Wands in reverse. Yeah, I feel like somebody abused their power. I feel like somebody feels like a coward too. I feel like someone's being exposed for being maybe like, I don't know, usually like the King of Wands, Knight of Wands is someone who's very like passionate and purposeful, but you know, and empowered, right? I'm getting like this energy's not empowered. This energy doesn't have motivation or creativity or the ability to take action on things on their own. They're very like codependent. They're not a decision maker, they're a follower. I feel like, yeah, Two of Swords. Maybe somebody entered into a family dynamic not knowing what they were getting themselves into. And as a result, they may find themselves on thin ice. There could be something going on when it comes to like, you know, what they built was shady. Maybe their finances are being impacted. There is like a fall of a family, or it's a very unhealthy family dynamic. Okay, Five of Swords. I feel like there's lies and deceit. There could be another masculine in the mix here. There could be two masculines and a feminine, or I'm getting like there could be multiple people in the mix. Okay, so you know, don't make the roles or gender specific, you know. I feel like there's maybe someone hiding who they truly are. And I feel like someone may be revealing this because they're a mirror. They're a living mirror. So their energy will reflect back to the person what that person needs to see or needs to be revealed. Yeah, look at. Absolutely. It's like access to the subconscious here. All right, so there could be an energy here that feels like, oof, they're having a lot reflected back to them. There's a lot that's like coming to a crashing halt. So yeah, Empress at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so this Empress, I feel like she's on the outskirts here observing this. All right, she's seeing all these characters for who they truly are and what role they're playing and what battle they want to bring to her situation. I feel like there's a lot of like past karmic contracts too that are being healed and closed out in this season. There's this like loss as well. Yeah, look at Six of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, I feel like this is not someone that, I feel like they pretended to be caring, kind, nurturing, maybe even a supportive person. But I feel like that's the front. That's the front that they use. Everybody thinks they're a nice person until they get to know who they truly are behind the scenes. So it's almost like someone's mask is falling off. All right. And I feel like how they're seen in the environment, maybe by you or others, or just like the past memories, they're not positive ones. All right. And I feel like there's this like winning at all costs energy. And, you know, you're seeing this from a perspective of like, you're no longer in the energy there anymore. And so you see it as a win. You won by leaving this toxic dynamic behind, whether it's family, friends, coworkers, a lover, whatever. You left this behind. And it's been a catalyst for your growth ever since. I feel like there wasn't some sort of attack against your light. There was some sort of attack against your ability to, you know, hold and be who you are meant to be. There was like an effort to create some illusions around this, some lies, deception. Okay, thinking that, you know, they'll be believed over you, and you're like, I don't care what they have to say. None of it's true. It's they're telling on themselves. So it's like whatever narrative they spun about you, this group was telling on themselves, because that's what they were doing behind everyone's back. Although they had this front that they used to hold up, like, oh, they're a nice person. Like, they would never do that. Yeah, you're seeing it now. Like, I feel like whatever this is, this false facade of happy family, happy life, nah, no. And I feel like someone dangled maybe some money and knew somebody would take the bait because they're greedy and they're motivated by, you know, having some sort of pedestal that they're clearly not on. But I don't know. There's this like ego trip here with the King of Wands in the reverse. It's like I'm getting like toxic masculinity energy here, and that could be a feminine in their toxic mask, but nonetheless, speak it out might resonate for you. I feel like we started here. Okay, it's official. Someone is, you know, hit rock bottom here, and this would be like a catalyst towards you know, having to make changes in your life. And it's like you weren't willing to make the changes, and so there's like a learning the hard way kind of energy here. Okay, yeah. And then I have a Page of Wands. I feel like this is maybe something that someone needs to go it alone. This is a challenge for this person to face. And you may actually get word of this, or you might hear about this, or they may appear maybe a bit different than how you've seen them before. If you do come across them, they could be very weathered. But I'm getting like this is a bit of a dark night of the soul, and this is kind of like that soul's journey, right? The Page of Wands. Yeah, I mean, this is, you know, things that they're needing to learn. These wands are representing like lessons in life. And it's like this person was refusing to learn this lesson. And sometimes, you know, it's a force that comes in, and it's because, all right, like enough's enough. Enough people have been hurt in this situation. It's time to like repair, replenish, bring hope, peace, love to the situation. And like move things along too with the Six of Wands. I feel like there were lessons learned here. Okay, there's alignment here, there's support here, there's recognition here. I feel like, you know, someone betrayed someone that they were meant to trust, and I feel like someone accepted it for what it was and kept moving forward and applied what they learned along the way. And as a result, like there's someone that's kind of having to stay back and learn what wasn't learned, is what I'm getting. So that's the message I have. I feel like there is mastery at hand here. I feel like 8-8 is significant if you've been seeing 8-8. So it's like keep up the hard work, keep focused, keep you know, using energy as a way to create from. And just know that on its way to you is that partnership, friends, family, celebrations, milestones, maybe even a divine union on its way. So just know that this is playing out. Okay, it actually should be this way, but on its way to you. Okay, that's beautiful. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I'll see you next time.